Good evening, folks. We're just starting a little early, give people a chance to get on here, so we're just kind of kicking back. It's going to be a kickback night. Hopefully the cows will quit mooing. We got a bunch of cows in the back here, and they've been ay cage. Time not to play. Just stepped on my foot.
He only weighs 14 pounds.
I weighs more than that. 114 maybe. Where you at, Bill? Where we're always at, Mary? Right here. We're right here.
We're in Arkansas, Mary.
We're in Arkansas. Hello from Temecula, California. Been there many times. Just saw Adventure Van Man video.
Hey, Rhonda. Hey, Robin. Hi, Wayne. Hi, Barry. Rise above, Temecula. And Walter. Thanks for subbing tonight, Walter. And Debbie. Traveling Adventures on Wheels. Ooh, Yuma.
Yeah.
Time to be leaving Yuma.
Yeah, I mean, I've been seeing some of them guys there. They're all headed up to Flagstaff, but that place is still kind of cold. And I know Yuma's, man, it's smoking.
Who's
tonight's
Mrs.
show
J,
is yours.
Rhonda?
Cage.
I lost 2 houses in the crash. Yep. Turn your scars into stars.
Did everybody, has everybody seen the video we just put on about an hour and a half ago? It looks like a lot of people saw it. We're, I think, up to 100 now. Yeah, let's see.
Walter's in Phoenix.
That's another smoker.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're at 100. We got 100 views right now.
Debbie says yep. Walter says nope. The challenge, I did see that video. Rhonda said yes. Rise Above says not yet.
Wonder if
Martin
West Coast
says-
Roller's on there. He just
Hi,
watched our
Martin.
video.
Not yet. It's starting to get hot and muggy here today, but we were supposed to have rain. It rained for a little bit around noon, but then it hasn't rained anymore since, so.
Yeah, but they're saying tonight we're going to get some, so anyway. We still have we have doors and windows open. It was a really nice day, actually.
It was.
And then we got laundry done. We didn't leave today. Usually we go somewhere every day, but today we spent the whole day here. Let's see. Where are you at on the... Okay, there we go. Lost 2 houses in the crash. Turn your scars into stars.
Yep.
Yeah, well, you know...
Yes, Walter, Boston Terrier.
Yeah. The video we did today, we kind of... we use some clickbait on there. We're getting off the road or something. What is it? How to get off the road or something?
No,
like that.
just getting off the road.
Getting off the road.
Just the
Which-
topic, not that we were.
Let me tell you, we are going to get off the road. Might be 10 years, might be 20 years, but we are getting off the road someday. And it's not because we want to. It will be something where we're forced to. And as time goes along and we get, we're getting into that magic age of old. And as you get older, you start realizing that there's some things that are just harder to do than what you did when you were younger. So, and I want to have a place to work on the motorhome. I want to repaint this thing. I'm going to paint this thing so tricked next time, and it's just going to look like it's not even real. It's going to be so glossy.
You guys can't really see it on the videos because they're videos, but if you were like standing right up on it, it's checked, it's cracked, it's peeling.
Yeah, the paint is checky.
Warbly. It's pretty bad because it wasn't prepped right.
Apache Junction, Arizona. We stayed there for
We did.
a month and a half or 2 months one time. Right there was a little mobile home park, and they had 3 RV spots. And we stayed there, and we were working baseball for the California Angels.
My college mascot, Boston Terriers. Where's that? What college is that?
See, Molly McGregor, finally able to get back into live chats. Is that Molly from the High Desert? Nope.
Don't think so.
Wasn't able to get the last couple to work for me. And hi to the pupper too.
Hey, RV Ashes and April, how you doing?
Okay, so Walter's
Boston
just
University.
transitioning into the RV life. How old are you, Walter? You want to give us your age?
And
Boston University.
that's his. Boston Terriers are their mascot,
Oh,
he said.
well, that's where the
Illinois.
breed started.
Molly's in Illinois.
Oh, okay. It's a beautiful day here, yeah.
It is, Rhonda, but it feels a little hot here. I don't know.
Walter,
Maybe 'cause we've closed
Walter is
everything up.
69, so wow. You're one of the very mature late starters on this if you haven't been doing it before. So, man, just know, make the most of every day, because I mean we've been on the road 9 years, and it just seems like it was
flew
over
by.
in just like that, you know.
Spent a month in Oregon last summer. That's
Yeah.
a good place to be in the summer.
It's just sad that you know you of course I don't want to be Billy Downer here, but we're starting.
I think what it is we just got to a point where we just went, whoa, how'd we get here so fast? And it's kind of taken us a little while to.
Well,
in
then
terms
getting the
of
property kind of changes your perspective, and
Yeah.
and we're starting a series. It's going to involve the property. It's going to involve us. It's going to be a thing where we try to show, because we're not getting off the road. We're just going to start working towards maybe a little more time on our property, and because lately all we did for 9 years was go from spot to spot to spot, job to job to job to job, and it gets to a point where I mean you don't really. They're John and they're all out in the Ranger. It looks like, or is that John? No, that's not John's.
Family's out
That's
wondering
not
why
that.
the cows are crying, I think.
Yeah. Anyway, it just the job hopping gets a little tiring, you know,
A lot tiring.
and we don't have to do it as much anymore. We are on Social Security and stuff, but
Which isn't a bunch, but it definitely made a difference.
right. So yeah, you can hear the cow what the cow bawling. Yeah, they've been out here. They've been out here for an hour and a half, just right behind the motorhome here, just doing that. So you'll hear that throughout. We got the windows open. It's 75 degrees and the sun's getting low in the sky, and it's just real nice right now. So you guys, you're just, it's like you're hanging out with us. We're trying to be a little more, instead of being all sealed up in here and trying
it's
to be all
warmer.
lighted
It's
and
getting
everything.
warmer, so we
Yeah.
can do that. In the wintertime, you can't do that.
Yeah.
Too cold.
So
Anyway. Let's see. Doing great. Took a drive through Zion National Park today. I bet that was pretty. Ashes in April.
I will keep my home base in Phoenix. Never been to RTR.
RTR's fun. You got to go
Yeah.
at least once. We like
We
it.
physically don't spend much time at the RTR. We get a campground right down the road, and
Because we don't like boondocking so
no,
much.
we
can do it. We just don't prefer to do it.
we've
if we don't
done
have
it.
to.
We've done it quite a few times. We went with the Escapees one time, and we went with a small group, like 5, and then we stayed at places by ourselves. But to us, basically, what the type of camping we like to do is we'll stay at a Walmart or a truck place or something, and then when we get to where we're going, we like to get a campsite.
Yeah.
You know, have electricity, take long showers, that kind of stuff. I mean, to us, a disaster is the hot water heater quits working. We met Brian yesterday.
Yes,
he was nice
he's such a
enough to
sweetie.
chat with us a bit. Yeah, Brian's awesome. Brian is a great guy.
He
You
is.
guys will, I'm sure you know that. For 8 days on BLM.
Rhonda, I'm counting on that. I'm going to hold you to that. We got to get you into an RV, though, girl.
Yeah, you need to get one now so you got time to work on it.
Right. Work through it and figure
Go
it
do
out.
some driving, do some camping, and figure out what you need, because especially if unless you're gonna buy something new, and that's
And even
probably
then you
worse.
Still, Still got things to
You
work
buy
out.
it, you take it home, you use it for a couple hours, and you take it back, and they keep it for 6 months and fix it.
Yeah, we really like Brian a lot. Like, love Brian.
Yeah.
Molly
Brian
says,
is our road son.
Yeah, he is.
That's what he says, I'm your road son.
Molly says, I can relate to the age thing. Hit me like a ton of bricks the moment I turned 60. The passing of time is a stunner.
Yeah.
It really is. It just sneaks up on you, and then one day you're just like, whoa.
But one of the things that I discussed in the videos is that if you are a full-time RVer, then you're automatically looking for a place that you really, really like. And I mean, we've been all over the country. We've been in the north, we've been in the west. You know, I mean, there's a lot of things to look at. You got temperatures and snow, and some people can't take humidity. You've got politics. There's just a million different things that you need to figure out for yourself. So the thing about this area right here, and like I said, that video that we just released it about an hour and a half ago, and this area, this is where my family, on my dad's side, comes from. Now, my mom was 100% German. She was the firstborn in the United States. I was the second-born in the United States, and so everything on that side is
no
Germany.
relatives here.
Yeah, just
From his
total
mom's
Germany.
Well,
So-
except for her.
But I have a couple of cousins.
Her half brother and his family.
Yeah,
they're here.
I have a couple of
They're in
cousins.
Texas.
But
From what I
here, my dad's family has been right in this particular area, as far as I know, over 200 years. And my great-grandmother was 100% Cherokee Indian, so she's been here for thousands of years, or whatever. They're, the family
Lineage.
on that. But I mean, I don't go around claiming to be an Indian or anything. But I guess I could. I'm 12.5% Cherokee. But yeah, the little graveyard over here, I could go over there and see people for over 100 years ago that are in that that are
1800s.
related to me.
Right.
So it's kind of interesting. and we met a guy the other day 2 doors down from our property, and he lived here for years and years, and then he moved to Virginia. He lived there 50 years, and now he's back here. But he knew, I mean, a lot of my family.
So, like, he is a distant relative, too. I'll
Yeah.
just leave it at that.
We'll be talking to people in town, and I mention my name, and they go, well, so-and-so. I go, well, yeah, well, then we're related. And I'm like, oh, crazy, man. So, I mean, I've always been, I was an only child, and so.
Raised as an only child, but he has half siblings.
Yeah, my brother here is my brother, and
Different
I have a
moms.
half sister from my dad, but I didn't grow up with them. I grew up in L.A. or County in California, and I seen him a couple times. I seen my dad a couple times when I was a kid, but that was it. So anyway, my grandmother came over in 1880 from Germany. See, yeah, my family came over in the 30s.
He says also he owned a house in San Felipe, Mexico, Baja for 10 years. Also nice in the winter. It's like, I can't think of his name. Steamworks guy.
Bob?
Bob.
Yeah. Yeah,
He left.
the thing is, though, he left. We had a friend who lived over there in Mexico, and he left. He felt that it was getting too dangerous to live there, so I guess it's where you're at, but he was where all the gringos are around that lake or whatever, and he said, man, he thought that was where he was done. He was just going to stay there, but now he's in Yuma, so.
High-tech, low-budget RV says, I'm going to full-time at the end of the year, and I'm planning on boondocking 90% of the time. And a lot of people do that. And, they've got the solar, and they're good at it. They like it. They enjoy it. It's more economical once you get that solar overcome, You could do it.
It just, you know what, there's multiple levels to full-time RV, so.
It's not
I
a
mean, just because
one-size-fits-all.
we're doing it, I mean,
No.
there's people that drive around in Prevoses that go from resort to resort.
And they laugh at us.
And I mean, that's
I'm
okay.
sure.
I mean, they're doing the same thing as us, just on a different level, and that's all fine.
Hey, Terry.
But yeah, we're I don't know. I think we're basically somewhere around middle class RVers in that area. Nothing special, nothing high and mighty, nothing. We're not, we try to keep a nice RV and try to live a good lifestyle.
We're fine.
We are buying land near Mena, Arkansas. And anywhere around Mena is going to be pretty nice. Mena itself is the big city here for us. What is it, 5,000 people there? Or that
Mena,
many?
yeah, there's a little over 5,000.
Yeah,
maybe 5,300 something.
And here where we're at is 380. So not a lot of people around us. Yeah.
That is true, Stephen. It's an extremely rough road on the way out to RTR. And people they don't drive on the road, the paved road, because it's so bad. They drive on the shoulder for part of it.
Yeah,
we've taken our pickup out there, but I wouldn't want to take our
it's a little bit rough. We've actually, that paved road, we parked off the side of that paved road before.
Yes.
On the way to RTR.
Right.
And spent a couple days with the
417
with the escapees. But after about 4 or 5 days, and people are, a lot of people don't take showers and stuff like that. They kind of skip that part of the day. It's time for us to go, because we're definitely, I don't know, I like being dusty and dirty and stuff like that.
It's just your preference, what you feel like you can put up with, and
I mean, if you're by yourself, and but we're together, and we both are kind of that way. So
Wally says, I'm the only one here too, Bill, and my dad's grandparents came over from Germany in 1800s. Mom's side's from Scotland. They get right. That's right, Walter.
yeah.
He says he has a 4Runner and a 17-foot hybrid with solar.
Okay. A hybrid.
And he also said he's looking for property in Williams, Arizona. Elevation is key.
Yeah, big money in that area, though. for some
Rhonda
reason.
says there's so many she can't make up her mind. RVs.
Well,
Yeah, Molly, you need to get out there and start looking. You will. You'll get there. You'll get there. See where you want to be. I'm kind of bummed because, I mean, we did settle on this property here, and we never really got any further east, really, to check things out than where we're at now. And now our son, he just bought a house. I'll break the news. They just got word like 20 minutes ago that their offer was accepted. They're in North Carolina right now. He and his wife flew out, and they went house shopping this weekend, and he's got to be reporting to work there the beginning of May. And then she'll come out with the kids later after school is out. So, but I would have liked to have checked that area out too.
you ought to
But this
take
is still
a picture
closer
of it
than
and show
California.
it. Did you show the picture of it?
Of the house?
Yeah.
I'll try to find it on here. Let's see.
Yeah. So, anyway, this deal with just getting off the road, it's going to be a learning experience for us too. Just like getting on the road. I mean, it was one of those things where we made the decision that we wanted to go full-time RV like in September, and I really had no clue. I mean, and that's giving myself a lot of credit there, huh? I didn't know about motorhomes.
Yeah.
I knew about, we had RVs. At the time, we had a Lance camper. We put it on our truck, and we go away for weekends and stuff like that. We loved it. It was great. And Darla made a comment, hey, maybe we should just do it in the
Camper.
in the camper. And I said,
was
no,
paid
I want to
for.
be able to stand up when I take a shower.
I did not want to leave with debt.
So anyway, we decided we would look around, and I talked to a lot of buddies. And every weekend we were going to RV places and looking at different motorhomes. And like I told the story before, this particular motorhome, the exact
time out.
motorhome.
There it is. I don't know if you can see it on there.
Probably
Can you
need to
see it?
get closer. I'll tell you when. Go down a little bit.
Yeah. No, go
There you go. No, go down. There you go. There it is, right there. That's the house. Pretty cool looking, huh? Anyway, we decided that we were gonna. I decided we were gonna look for one of these, And I looked at them, and boy, they were big money. But we found this one a really good deal. So we got it, and then we had time to work on it, get it fixed up, and then we applied for Amazon, and Amazon responded that we could start work in October. So all we had to do was empty out our house, shut down our motorcycle shop, and empty it out and sell off a bunch. We were doing swap meets, and it was crazy, but we got on the road, and we've been on the road ever since. We did go back to our house a few times, but that was it. Anyway, so we jumped into that as about as hard as you can, but I think, hey KG, calm down. The getting out is going to be a much longer process, because we love being on the road. We love traveling. We love most of the time we love traveling. Sometimes it's not too wonderful, but most of the time we love traveling. We love going to places. We love going to sugar beets, and you know, we're just gonna do
it really would just be nice to have a spot where you could just like unwind your gears. I think that's what I'm after right now. I still want to be able to go and do things and for sure see the kids, because we've got one in Montana, we've got one in Little Rock, and now we've got one in North Carolina. So, and my mom still lives in California, and I have a nephew there. Got a niece and a brother in Arizona, and I got a sister in Colorado. I mean, my family's spread to the four corners. So,
yeah,
definitely want to still be able to see people. But it is nice to just have a place to just kind of reset.
And it's like they're all moving to the farthest extents they can. It's crazy. So,
we never. Yeah. Did you answer that question about did we ever have an RV before?
Yeah, we've had
always had
multiples.
RVs.
We had what, 2 travel trailers,
Right.
and then we had our Lance camper, and then we did camping for like 5 years. I had a Bush Tech trailer, and I pulled it behind my Harley. And when Sturgis would come, my shop would just die for a couple of weeks. So everybody, I'd be so busy right up until when they started leaving. And once everybody left, we just closed the doors and we go somewhere else.
The opposite way they went.
Yeah. Anyway, that was tent camping. But we would stay, every night we would stay at a KOA. And the reason for that is they would accept the motorcycle people, and they always had showers. And after, I don't know if any of you guys have ever rode all day on a motorcycle, but when you ride all day on a motorcycle, at the end of the day, the last thing you want to do is get a nice hot shower, relax, and go to bed, get up next day and do it again. So we did it. We did some trips. We actually went through one where we went through a hurricane one time, and that was an experience.
True story.
That was an experience, and
not
dangerous.
Something I want to repeat.
Very dangerous. I mean, we couldn't do over 20 miles an hour, and cars were spraying us, and it sucked. But we survived to talk about it.
I took low budget RV, put the dog on a treadmill, hooked to a generator for power.
Yeah. This dog, he don't do anything unless what are you doing? Come here. Oh, he got the squeaker out of this. Anyway, and I bought one of those little remote
wireless mouse for your computer.
And this guy's a thief, man. He's
klepto.
We go somewhere and get a couple of drinks, and we go into a store, and when we come out, our straws are gone. We can't find the straws. One day we're going to find a pile of straws. Either that or he's putting them in the ocean somehow.
That's what he's doing.
Anyway, you guys have any questions? Because that's what I'm kind of hoping during this series, when we're doing this, that you guys would ask some questions and actually give your comments. And that
I still also would like to know, what do you guys want us to like talk about? What do you want us to video? You know, I mean, we are stationary right now, but I mean, this is a beautiful place, and there's places around here. We'd love to make some videos if you guys are interested. Let us know.
We did such a cool ride the other day. We actually submerged the whole front of the truck, went under the water, and
we should have had the dash cam on. But
came over the windshield, and
we typically think of the dash cam as being in the motorhome,
Yeah.
And we were in the pickup, but we will be taking the dash cam with us from now on, whatever we drive. Because that would have been some hellacious
It was pretty,
video.
and it was beautiful. I mean,
It was.
that not this last video, but the video before where we showed the little waterfall. That
Yeah.
was part of when we were on
Yes.
the drive.
Right, it was.
What about the summer humidity? Yeah, that's the tough part. But the thing about it is that I've been here in the middle of summer, and I mean I'm used to a drier heat, but you know
I feel like when the weather's too tough to be out in it, you're just not going to be out in it. You know, you do stuff early in the morning or when it cools off.
Okay, Debbie Johnson wants to know how we found the land. So Darla was pressing me for a plan. She wanted a plan for
Most women do.
When we got to a point where we couldn't drive the motorhome anymore. And I said, well, I don't really have a plan yet. And she goes, well, why don't you have a plan? I said, well, what am I planning on? I said, if we're going to do anything first, the first step would be to find where we want to be and get a piece of land. And she said, well, I like it here. So, property taxes, yeah. Ours are really high. They're $47 a year. So, anyway, so I just got online. And I just started going, I went through Century 21 and Remax and a couple. And I was finding stuff like in Malvern and all around. But
and it's much pricier there.
it's more pricey, and you gotta do
codes are more stringent.
well, they have the
HOAs.
septic system
And they have a lot
all
of
that.
HOAs, funnily enough. I don't know why.
Well, not when you're out like this. But,
In a hot springs, they do.
yeah. Well, hot spring, yeah. But anyway, the thing is that this is where my family and like I say, my brother and everybody. So I didn't think there was anything around here because there never is. Usually, whenever anything goes up for sale, right now there's actually a couple of nice places for sale.
Yeah, there's a real nice one right over here.
Yeah, and
Beautiful location, beautiful.
and it has a
Views.
house and everything. But the thing about it is that when they come up, you gotta get after it. So I
That's
found
one
that piece of
thing
property.
Bill and I were talking in driving around all these other areas across the country that we've been to up to this point. You see a lot of property for sale, but not here.
Yeah.
There's really hardly anything for sale here ever.
So I found it online. It was on Remax, and I go, oh well, shoot, I think I could find that. So I left. Darla wasn't here, and I went over and I looked at it and I thought, wow, this place is pretty cool. So when she got back, I took her over and
This
showed
was
it
in
to her.
November.
Yeah, I took it over and showed it to her, and she goes, yeah, but it's this and well, it's that. And, she always missed negative with me. So I called the realtor and yeah, we could do this. Oh yeah. Oh, everything just okay. Let's do it. And then we got the call to go to Christmas trees.
Yes.
And so she did basically the deal when we were at Christmas trees. We went to the bank and notarized everything, and bada bing, we got it. So now my brother, I guess on Monday, is getting the bulldozer fixed. He has a bulldozer, and then we're going to take it over to the property. I got to get what they call, you dial 811, and that's Arkansas 1. They come out and mark all the utilities.
So don't take them up.
And then we're going to go out there with his bulldozer. We're going to push some dirt around. It's not a lot, but it's
area.
got to make a road around the property so that it would be real simple if we were just, had a mobile home and a car. But because we're going to be driving big rigs in and everything else, I want to make sure that we have a nice stable road with rock and everything else. And
right now, the way the driveway is, if you watch the video, you can't approach it with the RV because it's too long.
you have to go in sideways.
bumped up.
And when you go inside, there's a pole on one side and there's a big mound of dirt on the other side. So we got to take that mound of dirt down and then kind of just, I don't want it tipping too hard or anything like. I want it to just be a nice gradual road up, and then we're going to have a big rocked in area. And I don't know. I'm still debating on graveling the road. I know we're going to gravel the parking area, but I mean, putting a cover for the motorhome. I'm still debating on that. But hi, Shirley. Shirley's here. Shirley Brown.
I guess he was chasing his tail. I missed that. Did you figure out the hay bale and metal thing? I've heard they can't let the two touch because of sweating and rotting. That's true.
Right.
There's ways to do it, but
you just have to wrap that metal in some kind of a
barrier.
stick-on barrier, and then you're not a big problem.
Or you can inset it too.
Yeah,
you know?
we could set it away a little bit.
It's still doable.
If it's going to be too much of a problem, we'll have to figure something out. But we are going to build the house inside of the metal building, and the main reason why we're going to do that is because, like I say, I don't want to have to be painting and doing all that crap. I'm done with that.
RV, let's see, high-tech, low-budget RV. The reason I want to go full-time is there's nowhere that I want to live all year round that I can afford. And that's why it's nice to continue to have your RV or your van or whatever it is you're in. Because you can be where you want to be when the weather's nice, and then you can be where you want to be when it's not. You can just leave. So that's kind of what our intention is.
Well, most of you know, it doesn't bother me to tell you guys, but we paid $9,500 for that property. And it has water, electricity, it has sewer, city, it has the whole thing. Curbs.
Rhonda, I can get you that info. If you want it.
Well, I don't. Oh, there she is. What's you? Wonder how much that.
I'll be happy to shoot you a PM on that.
Yeah. So.
My ideal would be land with an RV kiosk. Yeah.
Yeah. So a lot of that. Well, see, you could do that here. I mean, you could buy. There's places that, like in Wisconsin, that you would think are you could do anything, but no. You can't just put up a barn. You have to put up a house in a barn. You have to have a house. So, I think the thing here is I could put up anything. I mean, I could just go out there and pound nails. We went over and talked to
them, and they said, no, there's no code here. You could put a mini mart. You could put a campground. You could put a house. You could put an apartment complex. You could put whatever you want. You could put a restaurant. They don't care.
Yeah.
And consequently, because of that, you probably have some neighbors whose yard looks kind of sketchy and you really wish you didn't have to look at it. But if you complain about their yard, chances are somebody's going to eventually complain about yours, and then you get all these regulations and ordinances, and that's not what we want. You want your yard to look like garbage? Fine. We don't have to look that way. We'll plan our plans so that we're looking the other way.
That's the thing. You don't complain about people that don't keep their places up. You don't say a word. And the reason is because if you start complaining, then they're going to put in code enforcement.
Yeah.
And when they put in code enforcement, then you're going to have people coming over, and if you leave a car parked for a week, they're going to want to know why you have a car parked.
And that's how you get California.
Yeah. and that's, honestly, you go to little places like this, and they hate Californians. They don't want to help you at all, because the thing is that they think you're going to bring you the goofy politics from California to here, and I'm like, I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care. I left California because I didn't like California. I haven't liked California for a long, long time, and it's not because it's not a beautiful place. It's not because of a lot of things other than the fact that the government's out of control, and there's always somebody that wants to control your life, and I just want to be left alone. Leave me alone. If I go across the street over here from my brothers, and I shoot my rifles, and I mean, you can do whatever you want. You don't have to be constantly under this oppression, man. It's crazy. And we lived it for a long. We were self-employed, so we know all about people trying to drive you crazy. I'll tell you what, California is the worst place in the world to have a business, and
it's hard.
We had 7 of them over the years, and not no more. We might have something going here.
Yeah, Shirley says that would be awesome. You'd have more business and you know what to do with.
Yeah, sure. I used to work on Shirley's husband's motorcycle, and yeah. I don't know. I think probably once I get my whole thing in, then I'll do Harleys, hot rods, and motorhomes, travel trailers. I'll work on everything. won't bother me to do it. I'll have to maybe get my nephew or someone to, if I can get away from my brother. He's a good kid. He's an awesome kid. Anyway,
we love our nieces and nephews.
Yeah, we have great family here. Anyway, just I pulled the mermaid seal out of this thing, so I could still do it. I just have to be careful what I do because it's just.
Terry says, "I hear your new pet." Ha ha. Moo. Hey, Deb. How are you? It's good to see you.
Deborah Mace.
Mm-hmm.
You know her?
Mm-hmm. I do.
Do I know her?
Uh-uh.
No, I don't. Who's Deborah Mace?
You like the cow noise? We do too.
Yeah, that's not like piped in. That's not cow in a can. That's cow in a field behind us.
They're all over the place.
There's probably 40 or 50 of them out there.
Out there, I think there's 40.
These are yearlings, so.
But I don't think they're all together.
They're all heifers.
They're separated.
What do you mean?
He has them separated right now, right? From the rest of the.
The steers are gone.
Yeah.
He sold all the steers. These are all yearling heifers. They're a year old and they're heifers. So I think he's
sorry,
gonna.
Hi, Bill.
Hi. They're gonna kind of get moved around out there. He's got multiple ranches, so he's gonna move them around a little. I don't know.
Your wife doesn't understand. You just want to be left alone. I don't think that's how that works.
Yeah, you know what, Walter? Depending on how your photography thing was, we originally had where we did automotive detailing, pinstriping, window tinting, that kind of stuff, and then from there we got into electronics, your car audio, and then we got into car audio, home audio, and VCRs and all that stuff, and then we actually went from retail strictly into wholesale. And that business, basically, I worked 1 day a week. Yeah. And
those were good days.
Yeah, and we made a ton of money, and so I got bored, so I just started working on. I've always been a hot rod motorcycle guy, so I just started working on motorcycles, and pretty soon, man, I had a garage full of motorcycles, so we decided we better get a building, and then, the city just hassled. City, the county, everybody was hassling us, so state.
Shirley says one of her sons works for a dairy there.
Where?
Nevada.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So Deborah's in Louisiana, right?
She is.
Huh.
So familiar with the sound. Traveled international when I was young. Now I'm happy to travel around the States. Walter, if you've done photography and sold your photographs, I'm sure you...
Yeah, you could do that in an RV pretty easy.
Totally easy.
There's what is it, GS something?
Yeah.
We were going to get into that, and it's where you go out and...
What is that, the one that they take aerial shots of...
What's up, Hoyt?
Properties?
Hey, Dad, you question on Billy?
What is it?
Well, I got another project for you on this thing.
Yeah?
It's our nephew.
I was wondering if you could tell me if figure they were worn out or not.
Well, we're in the middle of a video right now. Can I
You
check
should
it
come
later?
in, Hoyt.
No.
Oh, thank you.
You don't want to come in and join us?
We're about to start feeding yearlings, maybe some other time.
All
Okay.
right.
See y'all.
Love you, bye. He just turned 14 last Wednesday. He's a sweetheart.
Yeah, and he has this little 3-wheel. He has a real nice 4-wheeler, but he don't like riding that. He likes riding this little
But his brakes are squeaking, is that what he said?
Yeah, and
Well, Bill has to fix that.
it hasn't ran for a long time, and so I worked on it, 2 days ago, something like that. And I got it all tuned up working for him, and it's running pretty good, so now his brakes are making noise. Traveled international when I was young. Now I'm happy to travel around the States. Yeah, there's a lot to see here. You really don't, and the way the world is anymore, I'd be afraid to leave the other than maybe go over the border at Mexico to get my glasses and stuff. First bike was a BSA, good machines. and he's done working. Well, yeah, you're getting your unemployment and stuff. The only trouble is you know, unless you have a lot of money in the bank, it's hard to travel on Social Security unless you have retirement, stuff like that, which we don't. It's one of the drawbacks. That's one of the bad things about being self-employed is we were building our retirement and our home and all these different things and our company and different stuff. So when the economy went downhill, I mean, we just couldn't.
So did we.
We couldn't hold on to everything.
Yeah.
It was just in California. It was just total destruction. I mean,
I
my
wanted out of
customers were coming
California
in.
a long time ago, though, and we looked at doing that. We looked in Idaho, and we even looked here a long time ago, 30 years ago. It just didn't work out. So.
Deborah Mullen, ex-Mace. Oh, okay. Anyway, well, nothing like bringing up all this history here on the show here. Anyway, so that threw my whole thought process off. Let's see. Families campers are a lot of folks build
Locals need your help.
steel buildings to stay in
Yeah.
there. And they're nice. Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, I know that there's a company that just opened up over here, and they're building these tiny houses.
Yeah.
I mean, they're tiny. I mean, I don't think they're as big as our motorhomes, some of them. But
They're very small, but that's what people are into now.
you know, honestly, I don't know about you, but I think this motorhome's perfect size for us. We got a living room. We can entertain 6, 7 people in here if we want to. And we got a kitchen and a bathroom and a bedroom. And that's really all you need, I think, to be comfortable. And here comes the train. I'm telling you, you're getting the treatment.
We got cows, we got trains, and let's see, Stephen O'Laughlin says Bill's Harleys, hot rods, and Hallam houses.
Yeah.
I like that. I love you too, Debbie.
Let's see. Laugh out loud. I love you, your wife, and hope to meet you. Okay.
I would have kept her.
Yeah.
Totally.
Well, that's an old.
And her mom and her little brother.
Well, see, I knew Darla for a long time, so 3.5 years before.
Right.
Anyway, I moved to Arizona at 44 and was a special education teacher. So I have a pension. I am getting beaten up by, what is it,
I moved to Arizona at 44 and was a special education.
kindergartners for 3 more weeks.
Oh my gosh. You're a saint.
Yeah. And then you're hitting the road, huh?
And then it's summertime. Wow. That's crazy.
Well, we have a guy, he's usually on here. His name is Lucian. I need to call him. He's in his 70s, and he drove all the way out
To RTR.
to meet us and meet Brian and stuff like that at RTR, and just got real sick and had to turn around and go back. And you know, the thing about it is I hear people all the time say, well, you know, we only got 14 more years before we retire. You know what? I mean, if you want to do this lifestyle, I would just do it. I wouldn't put it off. I wouldn't put it off a minute, because I'll tell you what. Once you get out there and you get rolling, you're not going to have regrets. Yeah, I just don't think unless you're.
Not to name names, but there is a person that's on this live feed right now, and partner was going to retire, and they were going to get an RV, and they were going to go travel, and he passed away.
Yeah, we met him, and the next day he passed away.
And it breaks my heart, because that time never happened for them, and they were not that old. They're not as old as we are. So, and we're not that old. We're not.
Did I Did you ever talk about driving
Yes.
around the country? Oh boy, yeah, but that was short-lived, thank God. I mean, we were driving up Highway 15 through Utah, and little Mormon girls were going by, like 17 years old, flipping us off. It was horrible. People just would, and now we got South Dakota plates, and everybody honks and waves. Yay!
Or they'll come up to you in a parking lot and go, Minnehaha County, because we still have South Dakota plates. And actually, I'm not sure if we're going to change that or not. We're kind of debating about that too. I don't know. I don't know what we're going to do yet. As long as we're on the road, we may still continue to be South Dakota domiciled residents because there's no income tax there, state income tax. So for that, it's good. But then I have to weigh the difference with registration on the vehicles and insurance on the vehicles. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure what's going to be the less expensive way to go. I'll have to check into that.
And we got a couple of school bus drivers on here shooting the breeze. The thing is here we go. I'm going to get myself in trouble, but I just really like Class A motorhomes. Like I say, we didn't never have a Class C, but we did have a van for a while. We used to camp in that. That was kind of brutal.
Well, that's when we had one kid.
But
it's actually what we drove back here when all three of the kids were little, too.
I don't think if you move into a Class A motorhome, I really don't think you lose anything. You pretty much have everything you would have at home, just not as far to get to. You usually have a full-size shower. You have a couch and seats. I like having my recliner, as you can tell. When I'm in the motorhome, this is where I spend most of my time. And I got my big screen TV. That's why I'm looking up there. I'm not looking in the camera. We got the big screen TV. We got everything scrolling on there so we can read stuff.
Comments.
Some of it's getting a little hard for me to read, but it's not the TV, it's the eyes. So it definitely makes a big difference, don't you think so? I mean, would you want to be in a travel trailer?
No,
or
I always wanted a motorhome. Even when the kids were little, I felt like that was just a better way to travel.
I'll tell you the goofy thing I've gotten into. You guys want to watch a guy that's really cool. He's Bus Grease Monkey. And he travels around the country in this 1947 Greyhound bus. And it's tricked out. It's tricked out. It's really, I saw the video finally of it inside. Really nice. And he's got all his tools. He's got a big toolbox like I have and all that stuff.
That videotapes all the buses?
And he works on them.
He calls it bus porn. Is he the one?
Well, yeah. When he goes he'll go to something like
a
rally or something. He'll go, I got some bus porn for you. But he works on all these old two-stroke Detroit motors, and he's good with the old 4-speed trannies and stuff. And of course, being a gearhead, I love watching that kind of stuff. And it's just cool to see those old machines. You know, they're sitting out in the field. They haven't ran in 15 years. And he'll go over there and overhaul the engine in the field, and boom, they get it out, and away it goes. So if you get a chance,
I'll put the link.
It's Bus Grease Monkey.
Bus Grease Monkey. I'll put the link if you guys are interested.
Let's see here. We got to get caught up. I drove school bus. Okay.
Oh, high tech. Yeah, low budget. He's watched them.
Yeah, South Dakota's one of the best places for license plates and being able to vote and everything. We do have this place now. We can move it here, but I don't know what is going to happen with that yet.
Rise above, I think it's 13 hours from here to North Carolina to see our son. But we'll get there. We'll get there.
Okay, a couple people have heard of him, yeah.
Yeah.
I sure aspire to be like you guys, but I like the creature comforts too much, but I can watch you.
Yep.
Yeah, well, like I said, Deborah, one thing about it is we haven't lost any of the comforts. Thing is, we have a beach house, we have a desert house, we have a mountain house. We can go anywhere we want to go. we can go and visit friends, family, kids. You know, when we shut this thing off, park it. Other than when we're traveling and we leave the slide out in, that's probably. But I mean, it's really not even that bad.
It's super roomy.
Yeah, it's. This is. I mean,
got
it's
no
all,
complaints about it.
You'd be surprised. I mean, what's.
I can do anything in here that I can do in a house.
Well,
Except
we
laundry.
had our
I
house.
can't do laundry.
Yeah, well, we could. We could put one in, but we don't have
but
it.
we don't. I wanted the cupboard space rather than. I don't know. That's a whole other video.
And no, Steve, we haven't taken the motorhome over there because I don't think I can get it in there yet.
It's too long.
I gotta take this little mound of dirt out. So I'm hoping next week we're gonna get this tractor in. It won't take but maybe hours to get the tractoring done that needs to be done. And then I got to trench because I'm gonna run all new water lines and electrical and sewer, everything. I got to get all that in, and then I got another guy that's going to come over and just kind of smooth things out. I'm going to get a couple of truckloads of rock brought in and have this guy spread it all out real nice and fill in all. We're going to fill in all the trenches and everything. And then once we get that and get it hooked up and working, the electrical, water, and sewer, then we're going to start working on the shed. We're actually going to work on the shed before then. We're going to clean it up. And I'm going to do a little bit of stuff to it, just enough so that it doesn't look so rotten over there.
Yeah, it looks pretty rough right now if you saw the video. We got to get over there and burn some trash. The trash the person left that was living in that shed. Hang the door again. It's hanging by one hinge. It's got good structure to it. It just needs to have walls put on the outside better. And it's got aluminum on the roof, which...
And on the sides.
And on the sides, which have blown off mostly, if you saw the video. Met a guy in Quartzsite that had a big bus with a trailer full of tools.
Yeah. Well, I just carry my little snap-on top box. We have all our tools over here now.
Yeah,
everything is here. So we went to California. That's we didn't videotape any of that.
No, we did a live.
Yeah, we did a
live. You saw the
couple of
storage.
lives maybe, but the thing with that is most of the time we couldn't have done a live because we weren't alive. We were basically
so dead.
zombies. But
So dead.
we've since gotten kind of scolded a few times from people, but we've done bonsai trips like that before.
Yeah, but not at this age.
Yeah, and
it's a big difference.
The thing is she was working for this little coffee shop over here, and I wanted her to get back so she didn't lose her job, and then this lady ended up being a butt. So that's done. So at this point, we could have just taken a little more time, but that's how it works out for us, you know. We got a big job done rather quickly. I was very impressed. Our little truck did wonderful.
For years. I mean, we want to pay storage on stuff like we have for almost, over 9 years. It's cost us a lot to keep our stuff there, but it's
and we got a bigger
stuff.
storage for less.
We got a bigger storage for
almost
half
half
the price, just about. Yeah, and it's right here, across the street if we need to go get it, you know, and we will need to. So it's a good deal, win-win, since we survived.
Yeah, Walter's talking about. You know what's funny, Walter, is we don't do a lot of campfires, and the reason is we don't like the smell of smoke in the motorhome, huh?
Yeah, because it just.
I mean, we do them.
We do
them, you know, but it's a special occasion. It's not. We're gonna have a campfire
I'll do that
ring.
if I can come in and take a shower and then go to bed.
You just that smell of that smoke,
hangs.
you know. We're gonna put a campfire ring over there on the property, and my brother's got tons of wood, so we'd never run out of wood.
Everywhere.
Yeah, we would never run out of wood. I mean, cords of wood around here are cheap. So
one thing they call them that I'd never heard before is ricks.
Ricks?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
A rick of wood. Ricks of wood.
We wanted to do another series, and we'll probably work on that too, about the plantations. You know, they have tree plantations here, and it would be interesting for people to see, because you know people are always down about them cutting the trees and cutting the trees. Well, here they come through, and I mean they'll just be
everything.
a big, huge nothing. And a couple days later, all you see is a big fire because they're burning all the stumps and everything else. And then a couple of months later, you go out there and they've got all these babies just planted in rows and rows and rows and rows, and you just boom, they come back. Man. It's just a constant. It's like growing corn. It just takes a little longer, you know. Let's see. Is your RV over 10 years?
It's over 10 years.
Yeah, it's 25 years old. It's a 1995, and it'll be 25 years old.
I think we can get vintage insurance on it now.
Has it ever been an issue? Actually,
yes, it has.
Yes, it has.
And honestly, people that will not let us bring our RV in, and like we considered working for them, we're just like, okay, we don't really want to work for you.
Yeah, no thanks.
You know I can send them photos and show them that it's not unkept and uncared for and ratty looking, but if they've got that mindset already, then it's probably not going to be a good fit for us to work for them. That's just how I feel. Yeah,
we've actually had places say, oh, and I say, well, you know, it's a nice motorhome, you know. They will send us some pictures and stuff, so we send them pictures, and then yet on that, well, we had that one place we're going to work for, but they usually call me back and say, yeah, you guys are good. So, I mean, it looks pretty good. I mean, even though now the paint job's getting a little rough.
It's what Bill calls a 30-foot paint job.
Yeah, as long as you're standing 30 feet back.
It looks really good.
It looks beautiful. So, and you know, another thing I'll tell you that's amazing about this area is the soft water.
Oh my gosh.
This place has, and it's something that it's just natural here. The water in the streams are like a green color. It's not clear, it's like a green color. And if you fill a bucket full of water, it's kind of like a bluish color. Yeah. And
super soft water.
I don't have to dry anything. You just rinse it and it dries, no water spots.
So
it's wonderful to take showers in.
People pull into their garage as sticks and bricks and don't know their neighbors. Concept of fires, not the fires. Getting together as a nomad is what he's talking about.
There's RV Davey. Hi, RV Davey.
That's right, Walter. Getting to know your people, you know, your community. It's a good thing. People are really nice, by and large.
Yeah, when we were doing our village, when we were starting our village out, I contacted a guy, and he had a thing where you paid so much money a year, and then you could actually park your RVs at golf courses. And I wanted to get him to be part of it. And the guy just acted like I was a piece of garbage and stuff. And I just told him, I go, hey, you know what? And he actually contacted the head guy of our village and put a complaint on me. And I just told him, I go, I don't give a crap. He doesn't need to talk to me like that. I don't care because he drives a $500,000 or $2 million bus. That just means he's got a lot of payments or something or whatever. But don't be snooty to me.
Not everyone's like that. Very rarely do you meet anyone that's like that. You meet people and you would never know they have a dime. They're just that nice.
Yeah, it's
RV Davies looking for land.
Yeah, I've said it a million times.
Manatee got insurance from Safeco.
Yeah, I know.
I'll have to check them.
There's a lot of different levels in the RV world. There's people do things totally different. You know, the ones that really have a rough time with it are the bus people, the school bus people. They have a hard time getting in campgrounds. They have a hard time getting insurance. They have a hard time getting licensed. I was actually kind of looking into maybe building some school buses down the road, but it's a very tough, it's a difficult thing to do. So getting them into Mexico, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
So, but the thing that I find is that you could be next to somebody in a tent and be in a really nice motorhome, and they're just awesome. You know, you can be around a lot of awesome people. I've had guys that have $1.5 million Prevoses, and they look at my motorhome and tell me, wow, that's a really nice motorhome. I just go, okay.
Thanks.
Want to trade? Yeah. But I wouldn't mind having a Prevost, and the only reason why I say that is because of the metal exterior. If you get an H3, then you get the fiberglass exterior. I'd want the metal one. That's the big advantage to the buses, is that they tend to have that metal shell, and in a lot of ways they're safer and they don't leak as much and stuff like that. They will leak, but you know.
I agree, Martin Browning. Some of the most wealthy people I know are very kind and good-hearted people. There are always exceptions. That's true.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, don't get
That's
me
true.
wrong. I mean, I'm not putting any class of people down. It's just the point I'm making is for every Prevost, there's a lot of people in vans and stuff like that, and we met a lot of nice people in vans and a lot of nice people in cars, living in their cars, and
I do understand to a degree the age limit, because there are people that'll come in there and they are catering to the higher end crowd. And those people just don't want to be next to a bus.
Yeah, you're right,
School
Walter.
bus,
Money
whatever.
can't make you happy, but poverty doesn't do it either. So, I mean, if I had to be sad, I'd rather be rich and sad than poor and sad. So, but yeah, you know what? It's not what you got. It's your heart. It's what you have in here, and some of the richest people I know are the people that give the most, and that's the thing. If God blesses you heavily, then you gotta give back a little bit, and I've tested that before, and I know it's true. So let's see, what time are we? We are at 1 hour. Is everybody getting bored yet?
Do me a favor, y'all. Give me a thumbs up if you like what you're watching. If you've not yet.
Yeah, I can't see thumbs up on here.
We got 12 thumbs up.
So we got 16
28.
watching. Oh, 28 watching? Wow.
Yeah.
Mine says 16. Wonder why that is.
I agree again, Martin. I've seen wealthy folks in vans and loving it. Terry says, no, not bored. Martin, never.
Yeah, Terry Burns. Let's see. I'm thinking of Terry Muton.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't have our Makio and Trey and Kevin and Terry Muton and Teresa and Harvey Swat and all our
Yeah, a lot of
normals.
the
A lot of
regulars didn't
normals.
show up tonight.
What if
so.
Liza Jane's out there? She always says hi at the end.
Yeah, we've. I'll tell you what, a lot that's going on right now has been. It's just been, there's a lot of faith involved in what's going on, and patience, and trying to not push things through and stuff like that. I think when you get impatient, you start pushing real hard. Sometimes you push beyond where you need to be, and when you get out that far, then you start making mistakes. And I'd rather take my time and not make a lot of mistakes and have these, because we only really have one good shot at this. The good thing about it is we're close to gate guarding. So if we need to make some money, we can go down to gate guard, and that's a good gig. That's always a good gig to do.
It's kind of a sucky job, but I mean, you make quick money.
You ain't get what you want, but you get what you need. That's right. Rolling Stones. So great to see you guys. Once stayed at a campsite in Zurich, Switzerland with retired circus people. Really interesting folks.
I bet.
Yeah. Want to be careful going to sleep around them, I imagine. Not bored.
All we need is a campfire.
Yeah.
Hey, Steve Wildman, welcome. So,
Just got home.
RV Davy, we paid $9,500 for our lot. It's 1.1 acre, all utilities. Not bad.
Campfire. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
I am a member to your channel. Good.
A newbie.
Oh, newbie.
Yes.
Oh, newbie.
Yeah, I
Awesome.
saw the notification that you just joined tonight over from Brian's channel. Thank you. Thank you to Brian as well.
Yeah, our
roadside.
I hate to talk about subscribers because it's kind of a
Yeah,
taboo subject, but it's kind of been kind of
we
wavy.
watch the numbers. I mean, that's what you do when you're on here. It's like
Yeah.
trying to make sense of the
You
algorithm
check it every
and
day, and you see it, man, all of a sudden, boom, and it go way up, and then it just kind of like a
Trickles
leaf,
down.
kind of
It's
just
like-
goes like this, and then it gets to a point where it just kind of hangs for a while, and then you're thinking, okay, it's going to go up, and then it drops another way. Because we don't want to lose anybody.
We like to try to figure out what it
Yeah.
is we're doing that makes people go away, but maybe it's just we're just not their thing. I
Yeah,
don't
we're
know.
just
It's possible.
hoping. We're hoping to hit the right subjects and
Yeah.
at the right time, and
Make it worth your time.
you know, I mean, what we're going into now. I mean, I know there's a lot of people in our age group out there that are doing this,
Or wanna.
that are kind of in the same thought process. You know, once you sell all your stuff, and you sell your home, and you sell the extra car, and you sell the toys and everything, and you're in an RV, and you got a tow vehicle, or you're towing a trailer, or whatever you're doing, it makes for there is a little bit of insecurity always in the background, isn't there? It's always it's always right over there, where if your car breaks down, you still got your house, or if your motorhome doesn't work, you still got your house and all this stuff. But as time goes on, you kind of get used to just dealing with it. You just okay. We should have 50 Ks in subs. I like you. But you know what though? The only thing that I'm worried about 50K in subs is that if we're not being true, if we're not being true to the people that we're talking to and the videos that we're making, if we're not being the real deal, then I don't want to do it. I mean, there's some of these guys out here doing some things that.
That's why I'm not taking a shower yet.
Yeah.
On camera.
To see these girls taking showers and I always joke with Darla. I said, "Well, we need some subscribers. Get in the shower." I mean, we don't want to do that. That's not who we are. I mean, you pretty much what you see is who we are.
I mean, as far as we go with clickbait is we're getting off the road.
Yeah.
And that's just. I don't even think I said that. I just said getting off the road.
Yeah.
Because we're not getting off the road. We're just parked for a moment. Somebody also earlier, way up in the comments, asked if we were going to start building soon.
Well, we are. We're gonna.
The thing is we don't want to go in debt for this, because that's like a number one thing for us. We're gonna get the land squared away really quickly, especially if we go down to Texas, and then we're going to save to get the foundation poured, and then we're going to save to get the building, and that's how we want to do that. And then we'll work on doing the inside. It's going to be years progress. It's not going to be just this year and next year and then we're done.
Trying to do this pretty much cashing out. Steven, your biggest thing is staying healthy. Long trip.
Yep.
Is staying healthy. Man, you hit that right on the money. That is the thing that will bring you off the road faster than anything. I mean, that's what takes you off the road. When you're not healthy and you can't get up and down those stairs and you just are sick, and believe me, I went through it not too long ago. I feel a lot better. So my sugar, I'm a diabetic. My sugar was just out of freaking control. And I was drinking a lot of Diet Coke. And I'll tell you what, Diet Coke is like drinking poison. And ever since I quit drinking that was 90% of it right there. And I went to the doctor and we spent almost $1,000 on me. And she told me to just keep doing what I'm doing. So, I don't know. You know what?
It makes no sense. Like, the last 3 nights he's had ice creams. You know? And he wakes up and his numbers keep going lower and lower. I don't get it. Like, I try and cook low carb, high fat, so that his body can do the right things, and so mine can too. But you're not supposed to have the desserts, the sweets, and all that stuff. And he does, and I don't get it. I just don't get it. He's an anomaly.
Terry, I think when we start building our building, people are going to be really interested in, because we're going to build, part of the building is going to be specifically for the motorhome, and it's going to be for service, repair, painting, and you'll be able to live in your motorhome when it's in there. So, and one of the plans that I have is ahead of time here, when I get these 2 spots set up, if somebody needs some work done, I'll have them come over. They can stay in their motorhome. They'll have full hookups. We're gonna fix that shed up so we have a laundry room and an extra refrigerator and a wash basin.
Make it a reason people want to have us work on their RV or whatever.
And they can come and full hookup and stay in their RV, and we'll work on it. And Darla sews so we can make stuff, and we're gonna do a lot of stuff.
He's got me making dash pad covers and wheel covers, and because I did that for our RV. I could if I had to.
Hey, Dalton. Dalton's on. Hi,
Hey, Dalton.
He's one of our buddies. We
met him at RTR.
Yeah, we met him at RTR, and good guy. You guys should be watching West Coast Rollers.
Right.
He's got a good channel. He's a fifth wheeler, so he's got an old Dodge diesel truck, man, and them things are just like, they're tanks. They go forever, and then he's got a fifth wheel. Good guy, good channel.
And he's younger than us.
Yeah.
By
He
a lot.
just looks older. Are you doing a footer and a full? You know what? I have to be honest with you. I don't know exactly what we're doing. I've been asked if we're doing a pole barn type thing, or what I'm going to look at. I got a couple things. It's going to have a slab. I got to have a slab, and I got to have especially where the motorhome's at. I got to have a deep slab, and it's all going to be pretty thick because we're just going to build a house in there. We're not going to have footings and all that. So it's going to be that the first level, the floor is going to be framed up from the concrete, and so
yes,
that's going to be how we start.
We will have sewer hookup in the building because that's where our house is going to be, inside the building.
Yeah, when we get the building started, the one end of the building is going to be 30 by 50 and about 18 feet high with a 14 roll-up door, and it will have full hookups in there. And that'll be where the motorhome goes. And then the building's going to drop down, and it's going to be probably about 50 to 60 feet long.
I keep trying to get Bill to sketch it out. If I can ever get him to do that, I'll.
The only
show you
trouble
guys the plan.
is I need a ruler. I got a thing about this long. It's too big
We
to do
just
it.
need a regular wood
When
ruler.
we did that on our house, I sat down and drew it all on
on a
paper.
napkin. On a
Yeah.
napkin is what you first said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She goes, yeah, I like that idea. We built our house around a pool. Let's see. I drink almost a gallon of water a day. Yeah. Well, I'm sure I drink all of that. Maybe
Plus
a
2
little
cups
more.
of coffee in the morning.
Yeah, I drink a pot of coffee in the morning,
Water and unsweet tea.
and then I drink unsweetened tea all day, and then usually I'll drink some water before I go to bed. So West Coast Roller, what's up? What's happening? Yeah, you sound like you're from California with that stuff. Hey. See, Bill, I am diabetic also. Maybe try Coke Zero. It tastes better than Diet Coke to me. Yeah.
What's the sweetener in that, Debbie? I don't know. I've never looked. I just know Splenda and aspartame are terrible. He usually uses for sweetener just stevia. That's it.
Yeah, I will. And high tech, low budget. We'll have
Sewer hookup. Yes.
sewer hookups.
Hey, Terry,
we never
you
went got
guys-
our clothes, by the way.
I know. We'll get them.
They're in that house.
Terry
washing.
popped on just now.
Oh, hi, Terry. What? Oh, Terry Newton. Hey, how you doing, Terry? I was talking about you a while ago. Shh,
Uh-oh.
everybody.
See, that's why you should tune in, because you never know who's going to be talking about what if you're not here.
Yeah, I'm drinking coffee right now, too.
You'll have people lined up down the street waiting for service. I'd love
Wow.
to camp with you when you're ready for people.
Well, you know what? When I used to work on motorcycles, all the other motorcycle shops were closed, and we were the last ones hanging in there.
Molly says, I'll be crippling a motorhome or bus down the highway muttering, I just got to get to Cove.
Yeah. Well, you know,
They're the ones that have the avalanche
oh yeah, avalanche. Yeah.
with the problems.
Yeah, well,
And you asked, was it a truck or a RV? I don't remember what the answer was.
the Avalanche, is it a,
RV.
you said truck. They said truck.
Okay.
So they're towing it. Because there is an Avalanche.
Truck.
I think it's,
and
the
a
Avalanche
fifth
is a
wheel.
toy hauler.
Toy hauler?
I think so.
Anyway.
Yeah, I'm kind of mixed emotion on the toy haulers. And the reason why I say on toy haulers, there are some really good quality ones made. And they allow you a lot of space, you know, the garage and everything. And if you have a lot of kids and you want to do this lifestyle, they're great for that because you got all the room in the world. But they tend to be a little bit cooler back in those areas because they figure if you're going to take a toy hauler out, you're going to take it in warm temperature like the desert or something. The problem with them is they got a gas tank in them. That's a little scary. We actually had a Burger King somewhere here in Arkansas where a guy drove a truck in and it was on fire and he had propane tanks in the back and it blew up.
Yeah.
It blew up the Burger King.
So we were at a gas station yesterday.
Yeah, I got to do a live stream. I'll be right back.
And all of a sudden, I was, of course, playing on my phone like I always do, and I was looking, and I hear loud voices, and then I hear this lady get out, and she slams the truck door. They're right in front of us, and her husband's filling up with fuel in the truck. She gets out, she goes around to the other side of the pumps, and there's a family of three, a teenage boy and a mom and a dad. Well, Dad, when he pulled up, he had a cigarette hanging out of his mouth, and he got out of the truck and started to fill his truck with fuel with a lit cigarette. And I guess what happened is her husband said, "Hey man, you shouldn't have that cigarette lit around gasoline, duh." And he wouldn't put it out. So she got out of the truck and she went around and she took them to task very verbally, abusively. And it was pretty. It was kind of like California. I was shocked. But she just called him an idiot and basically told him he wasn't supposed to have a cigarette lit around gasoline. What do you want to do? Blow us all up? And then their 14-year-old kid popped off and she cussed him out. And then Mom, of course, Mama Bear, you know, she defended her baby to this woman. And then the woman got back in her truck and they took off. And this couple over here that was with the lit cigarette finished what they were doing and we didn't blow up. It was great. End of story.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't even see he was smoking, but
He was.
the thing is that
Good
around
night, RV
here.
Ashes in April. Thanks for joining. People are bumping off.
Oh, okay. I think the best thing to do is mind your own business. You know,
As long as you don't blow up. I mean, it's common sense to me. But like Bill said, when we were teenagers, people went to the gas station all the time with lit cigarettes.
I did when
You
I was a
did.
kid.
I didn't. I didn't smoke.
Yeah,
But
you just burned.
it was burn, baby. Anyway. Yeah, I love that RV Ashes in April also. They've got great videos. They went to Zion today.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Go to Capitol Reef if you haven't been. That's the biggest secret in Utah. It's
Good night,
Capitol
Steve
Reef
Wildman, too.
National Park. What?
Steve Wildman also said gotta go.
Oh, okay. Bye, Steve. Yeah, go to Capitol Reef National Park. It's one of the newer national parks in Utah. Not a lot of people go there, and it's kind of like going through Zion,
And
But
then
you're
not
in it.
finishing the tour.
but you're in it. The river looks like Willy Wonka's Chocolate River.
Factory.
It's really a cool place, and there's
And then you pop out the other side and it looks like the surface of the moon.
it's really
weird.
crazy.
It changes so drastically. With all that red rock and then you pop out and it's like
Turns
gray
into
and
like greens and
craters
grays and
yeah.
blacks, and
It's interesting.
just a cool place. Something to see. That we did that on the motorcycle a couple times. We did it once in our Lance camper.
Yeah.
We did love our Lance camper. We had a lot of fun with that thing.
I love that Lance camper. Paid for and took us lots of fun places.
And we sold it, and that was one that paid for half of this.
Yeah. That and the Corvette and my Jeep.
Yep.
Hey guys, we've been on here a while and it looks like people are starting to wind down.
Yeah.
So
we're gonna let you go. We got to
really
finish our
appreciate
laundry.
you guys joining us.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah. Thank you guys for being a part of this channel. And I mean, I figure that when you hit the subscribe button on this, you definitely become part of our family. And as you can tell just by reading the comments on the side, you're with good people here. So,
Very nice.
and I hope that before our days end, we get to meet every single one of you. And we'll even get smoky by the campfire with you. And we'll go take a shower.
Hey, real quick. Just can't fix stupid. That's right, Debbie. Roadside assistance, we use Good Sam. We paid for it for years, and we only had to use it one time, and it paid for itself.
Yeah.
For many times
And
over.
my daughter just paid, what,
Right.
$625 to have theirs towed.
$650. Yeah.
So yeah, it's well worth it. It's about $70 a year or $80 a year.
It's so worth it though, because you have to be towed one time, you will get every dime back.
Yeah.
So.
All right, guys, we love you, and go check out the video we just put on.
Thank you guys. Yeah.
If you're not a
And
subscriber,
it's called-
please subscribe.
It's called getting off the road.
Yeah.
That's all. But we're not.
If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe
Hit the like.
and hit the like button.
Thank you.
We are e-beggars for likes. And hit the bell if you want to know when we're having these little. If you notice, this is Saturday. We were doing them on Wednesday,
Right.
but I think it's probably
I
better
don't
on
know.
Saturday. I don't know. We'll see.
Give us any comments too, again, like I said, about what you'd like to see around these here parts. If you have anything, wonder about anything.
And go to Facebook and go to our group, which is Economic Refugees RV Group, and join that. And then if I'm going to do a live, usually I put a thing on there and tell you it's going to be tonight and at what time. So
I do Instagram too, kind of hit and miss.
yeah, Instagram's really cranking. I'm surprised. I don't even know how to use it. So anyway, thank you guys for